and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark. Today I want to talk about how I made sales consistently for 100 days in a row. There are many things that I swear by, but there is a top 5 things that I'm going to recommend in this video that I think helped me get sales consistently for 100 days straight. So if you want to see that video, definitely keep watching and make sure that you're subscribed because I'm constantly putting out tips that are going to help you have more success on Poshmark. These 5 tips are kind of game-changing to me. They really do make a difference, and without doing these things, I probably wouldn't have as many sales as I've had recently. So yeah, hopefully this is helpful for you, and make sure you give this video a like if you like this kind of content. Okay, so the first thing that I swear by doing that is so important is to share your closet throughout the day. So I get people that ask, like, do you have to share your entire closet? Do you share just certain listings? How often do you share? What do you share? And the answer to that is I share my entire closet that is available. So I have 800 active listings or around that amount. So I share that once an hour during the day, and I have my VA share for me. So if you're new here, a VA is a virtual assistant that does the hard work for you, does all your sharing, your following, your offers, your relisting and delisting, all of that. And I have a couple videos that I talk about how to get a VA if you're interested. But I use my VA and I just schedule it to share throughout the day. And just last week I did a video on how to set up your VA and, you know, have it run for you. So if you want to check that out, you could definitely check that out and see. But basically, I have it shared throughout the day. Once an hour, it shares my entire closet, all my active listings. And the more you share your listings, the more they get put in top of the relevant search for those categories. So if you want your items to be seen by more people, they need to show up in the relevant search feeds. And the way that they do that is by bringing them to the top of the search. So sharing is so important, and I can't recommend it enough. You need to share throughout the day. You cannot just share once. You cannot just not share at all. You have to be sharing throughout the day. And so get that VA, do that sharing for you, and you will see a huge difference in your sales. Okay, the next one that is really a game changer is adding new inventory, so listing daily and also relisting daily. So listing daily is important because you need to have more pieces for people to shop from. Otherwise, people are not going to have a reason to keep coming back to your closet. And you need to relist your items daily because your items get stale after 60 days of them being listed. And the more stale pieces you have in your closet, the more likely those pieces are not going to be seen by, you know, new viewers. So if you get them relisted, which again, your VA can do for you, you know, all your listings won't be stale anymore and they will actually sell a lot faster. And this is like crazy to think because like you would think it doesn't make a big deal, but it really does. So get those pieces relisted and you will see just how quickly they sell. So many times I went to relist a piece and it sold practically instantly. So I can't recommend it enough, and it's so important to relist. And even if your item has a lot of likes on it, I always say that likes don't really matter. And so if I have an item that has a lot of likes on it, I'm actually more likely to want to relist it because all those people have liked the item and none of them are purchasing. And I've sent out offers and no one still wants it. So for me, I find that if I just relist the item, all those likers will go away, but the right buyer who actually wants to purchase it will, no matter how many likes there are on the item. Okay, the next one that's really, really important to do is send offers. You have to send offers daily, and so I send out offers as soon as I get a like on the item. And in fact, I have my VA sending out offers right after I get a like on an item. I have it set up to send out an offer 1 minute after the like has been received. And for me, I find that really, really helpful because a lot of times if I'm sleeping or if I'm busy, my VA is still sending out those offers even if I'm not looking at my phone, and people are still purchasing from those offers that are being sent out automatically. So I recommend doing that if you don't have that set up for your VA, but also just in general, send out offers, send them out multiple times a day, send them to, you know, all your likers, send them after you get a like on an item. If you don't send out offers, you're probably not going to be as likely to make a lot of sales, and 66% of all sales on Poshmark do come from offers, so it is so important to be sending out offers. And along with sending out offers, it's really, really important to be countering or accepting all offers. Declining will hurt you in the algorithm, so it's just not worth doing. It doesn't really help you in any way. It makes you feel a little bit better, but in the end, it doesn't help you. So definitely just counter or accept all offers, and again, that will help you so much in the algorithm. The final thing I'm going to talk about in this video is just being responsive, because I find that like when I'm responsive to potential buyers who want to purchase something, if I get back to them very quickly with measurements or something that they're asking for, they're more likely to purchase. And a couple times I've had someone really interested and I wasn't home, or I, didn't see it right away. And so I responded a couple hours later. And by that time I had already missed them. They weren't interested anymore. They basically ghosted me. So responding right away is so important, and it could really make or break a sale. And I get a lot of people that say, well, people ghost me after I respond back with the measurements, so it's basically useless. But really, it actually helps somebody else who's looking at that listing who maybe has the exact same question, and they just don't need to comment it anymore because you already answered it. So it is helpful for somebody out there, and so it's just worth it to respond. And like I said, a lot of the times when I do respond to people right away after they like the item, they end up purchasing if it works for them. So it's just, it definitely is beneficial to do, and I can't stress it enough. So like I mentioned, I did make sales 100 days in a row. I'll show you the screenshots here. For the last 3 months, consistently, I made a sale every single day. And I think, that's really hard to do. In fact, I've never been able to do that my entire time on Poshmark. And so I worked really, really hard to do that. And I was really taking notes throughout the months to see what was working for me. And even in the slowest of times, even when they changed the fee structure, even when they, did all of this to the app, I was still able to bring in those consistent sales. And doing these 5 things really made a big difference for me. Of course, there was days where I was like, barely hanging on and made a sale at the end of the day or things like that. But all things assured, I did make a sale every single day, at least one. Some days I made multiple. And I really find that that's helping my account be more in the algorithm. Like, I just find that the more you're making sales, the more the algorithm favors you. And I feel like for me, that's what's keeping my sales more consistent, is just the fact that I'm making sales daily. And I can't stress enough how important that is to do. So like, if you feel like you're not making a lot of sales, the algorithm is just not favoring you. So once you start making those sales, just keep making those sales, keep sending offers, keep sharing, keep relisting, keep doing all of that, and the algorithm will continue to favor you. And then once you get off and you get lazy, you stop sharing, you stop sending out offers, all of that, that's when the algorithm won't work in your favor anymore. So it's a continuous cycle. You have to keep doing it. Poshmark is a very social platform, and it definitely rewards accounts for being social and being active. So you really have to do that, and you have to stay on top of it. You can't get lazy. You can't skip days. It's not one of those kind of platforms that will work for you. I know it's really hard to stay on top of things, which is why, having a VA or utilizing the drafts folder or taking all your photos at once and not doing it daily, those things really do help, and it really helps you save some time, because I wouldn't be able to do all of this daily, and I wouldn't be able to bring in these consistent sales if I wasn't helping myself out in other times. So I've talked in prior videos how I take all my photographs in one day and how I have a VA to do all my stuff for me. Those kind of things really do make a difference, and also utilizing the drafts, because otherwise I'd have a lot of photos on my phone. It would be very confusing. So things like that really help you. And so if you find that you don't have a lot of time and you can't do all these things in a day, reevaluate the time that you are spending to do certain things. I am a part-time seller myself, and I still have been able to make time to do all these things to help myself make some sales daily. So there are definitely ways to do it. You just have to figure out what works for you. And it took me almost 6 years to really get to that point, to be able to figure out what works for me. And so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and it's working for me. And so there's no point in stopping now. And one more thing I will add, as a lot of people will probably ask, did some of the sales, like, were they small, were they big? And honestly, it was all over the place. Sometimes they were smaller, and sometimes they were in live shows, so they were, a lower price. But I was still getting a lot of full price sales and a lot of offer sales that were like a decent price. So a lot of people, think, oh, I'm probably just selling things for like $3 or $4 each, and that's how I'm making a sale every day. And like, does that really even count? But no, that's not really the case. I'm actually making good sales each day. And some days I made, a lot of sales. Some days I made a few sales. Some days I made one sale. But consistently, they're coming in and they're ranging. So I get an offer, I send out an offer, I get a full price sale, or I sell the item in a live show. But the price really ranges all over the place, and that's okay with me because some things are worth more than other pieces, and not all pieces are treated equal. Okay, so I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you learned something from it, and hopefully these tips can help you earn more consistent sales in your closet. If you want to see another video on features that you should be using on Poshmark, you could click right here. And if you want to see another video on reasons why your listings aren't selling and what you can do to maybe fix that, you could click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.